This is an emergency broadcast. This is not a test.
You are listening to Brapwatch.
Hello everyone. Welcome to Brapwatch. We're taking an audio step down. Hopefully not for personal reasons.
Ooh,
How are you guys doing?
it's my day off today. I have no complaints. I slept a lot. I had some food. I had a few drinks. I've got this Calypso flavor I've never had before, Tropic Tango Lemonade.
How is it?
It's pretty good. It's a 7 out of 10.
Nice. I'm on the classic Health Aid Kombucha ginger lemon flavor,
Ooh, the
Which
ginger
is-
lemon wave. Okay.
which is good.
Did you see that Eric Adams got his eyebrows done in Corona?
Of course.
That's cool. Good for him.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been a long time coming. Maybe. I don't know. I don't really
Getting his
have...
eyebrows done?
I don't have thoughts on Eric Adams' eyebrows.
Does he still go to Turkey? Why didn't he get them done in Turkey?
Well, why is he still bald if he's been going to Turkey?
That's what I'm saying. Everyone I know who goes to Turkey comes back with some hair plugs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, looking real good.
Dude, get the fucking, get transplants from your butt hairs to your fucking scalp hair.
Is that possible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Normally people will get, the hair on their thigh or something. Or, they'll do the middle of their head, right here. If, you're balding up here, they'll get it right here, and they'll put it right here.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I just think, if you're going to Turkey so much, you might as well take advantage of the resorts they have. People make it a vacation.
Yeah.
It's like a cruise, but you're getting your fucking hairline fixed, do it, Eric. It's time. It's time to get a BBL for your fucking scalp.
Honestly, if Eric Adams came back with a BBL...
I'd be scared. That would be actually our tax dollars put to good use.
I think I agree.
Yeah, you'd look crazy.
That
with
would be
BBL.
better than nothing.
Those express dress pants that are pleated would be doing some work at that point. Yeah. Yeah. I'd be like, okay, that's our mayor. He's looking a little bit more spiffy than, what's her name from Chicago?
Lori Lightfoot.
Lori Lightfoot.
When she walked out of the Walgreens holding a 24-pack of Modelo.
Dude, she looks like she has been through the fires. She looks
she ran Gotham for however many years. Come on now.
I mean, she literally, every time I see her on TV, whether she's doing, a press thing or whatever, or just, going to Popeyes, she looks like she just walked out of the LA fires, was on the front lines.
I think her and Ben Affleck have a very same energy.
Yeah.
Where it's no matter what's going on...
What do you think her Dunkin' order is? Do you think it's that shaken espresso?
Do you think
that,
she goes to Dunkin'?
I bet she goes to Dunkin'.
No, that is a bodega black coffee kind of lady.
No, I think she's got,
Maybe
got a little
one
flavor
sugar.
to it. No, she's got flavor to it. She gets French vanilla.
I know she's really
Not
excited
everyone
the first week
is
of fall.
diabetic.
I never said she was diabetic.
That's a lot of sugar.
French vanilla coffee?
Anything from Dunkin' that's a flavor, yeah, that is
They have
diabetic
sugar-free
levels of sugar.
flavors.
What is with your
What?
fat-phobic ass taste?
Diabetes isn't fat phobic.
Well, I think Lori Lightfoot likes French vanilla iced coffee.
You can think what you think, but you're wrong.
Okay, that's fine. You've never been in Chicago. You didn't live there. You didn't grow up there.
I don't think I have to comment on Lori Lightfoot's taste. You've seen the hat she wears.
It's a French vanilla lovin' gal hat.
Have y'all ever seen her, Yelp reviews?
Yes!
From,
Yeah.
15 years ago?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
She's a people person.
Oh, she's something, alright.
I love her.
She screams, I want to speak to your manager, and I'm gonna stab the cashier at the same time.
She's getting it done. She's getting her service whether you want to or not. Whether you wanted to make that Bloody Mary or not, you're making it that day on shift.
Yeah, that's a good point.
She'd walk into our bar and be like, do you have Bloody Mary mix? And we'd be like, we just have this insane can with vodka. She's like, alright, so you better top it with Grey Goose. And then she'd be like, do you have olives? We'd go, no. And she's like, so you're gonna walk to the bodega and grab some? We'd be like, okay, you're right, we are.
Lori Lightfoot as a hotel guest is a good, SNL bit. We could pitch that to somebody.
Yeah, we can pitch
Not
it to
SNL.
Kieran.
I'm really tired of them.
Okay, Mad TV. We're gonna bring back Mad TV.
Let's bring it back. Yeah.
So we're gonna produce this skit then.
That's fine.
You did say you want to do skits in 2025.
We should
So
do
far,
skits.
so good.
Well, we're gonna do that.
Yeah, we're gonna
What the
do
fuck
it
was that?
on their show.
Okay, Muppet speak. What does that mean?
I said we're gonna do it a little better.
Oh, okay, all right.
Hey, Nick and Eamon, if you're watching this, this is us shouting you out once again. We don't hate you. Put away that middle finger.
I've never met you guys, so I have no opinion. But you guys seem really cool.
Yeah, they rock. I love those guys.
And they're in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
awesome.
Chicago-based
Hometown.
comedians.
Windy City.
They're the best. Yeah. We should do that sketch. Which one of us is playing Lori Lightfoot?
You.
Probably you, yeah.
Me?
I said you.
Okay.
Why am I playing Lori?
I just think you'd do a great Lori.
I'm not the shortest one here. I think that really goes a long way.
I don't know if I can bug my eyes out that far, though.
You could.
I could.
Ow, I hurt my neck.
Oh my god, that was a
Ooh.
crazy crack.
Marone.
So anyway, this week we've got a stacked... Well, you and I have a stacked 2 weeks coming up. This weekend is our Margaritaville thing that, people who listen
We've
to our
been
podcast,
gassing it up for like a month on this show.
It's going to be dog shit, so I don't know why we're gassing it, but we are going to be there. I don't know for how long, but we're going to be there, so...
Probably 2 hours, knowing how long the service takes.
Likely less than that. Probably only 20 minutes. I'm getting one shot, I'm walking out.
A shot.
Anyway, yeah, I'm not doing a margarita there. Their margaritas are ass.
I kind of like how ass their margaritas are, though.
I kind of want to steal one of the blender thingies. That...
The booze in the blender?
Oh my god, you didn't go to work today, so I couldn't get the copper mug.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine. Next time I see him, I'm going to argue with him about it. Be like, where is it? Whatever.
I guarantee you it's sitting on his desk. I'll
Yeah.
ask him about it tomorrow.
I'll be like- Anyway, so the other thing we have for the next week, we're going back to Scranton. This time we're going for,
A wrestling show
Yeah.
that I'm doing the videography for.
and I'm just spectating because I don't have shit I need to be doing.
And then eventually we're allegedly going to the bog,
We will
which
be going
I've
to the
wanted
bog.
to go to for 5
We'll be going to the
years.
bog. We'll be
You
going to
will
the
not
bog. We'll be going to the bog. I'm going to the bog.
Let's go to the bog, let's get away. Hey, what you want to say?
Yeah, y'all ain't seeing the inside of that place.
Have you been to the bog?
No.
No.
So I'm going to see it.
It's a
No.
mystical place. I've never been.
I'm going to the bog.
I have been outside of the bog 4 different times.
If I can't make it to the bog
Mhm.
with you guys, I'm going to the bog on my fucking own. I'm getting an Uber myself and going there.
You're gonna Uber yourself back
Honestly,
to work.
that's gonna be
Yeah.
the only way you can get there.
Yeah, I'm going to be holding someone at gunpoint to go to the bog.
Well, it's not gonna work.
It's going to happen. I'm going to the bog. I'm manifesting it.
I'm looking forward to the bog. 2025 is the year Nate enters the bog.
Here's how it's going to go down.
5th year trying.
Literally.
Here's how it's going to go down. You and I are going to make it to the bog. Josh is putting his card down. You're going to be useful, Joshua.
I think you might be the first person to call him Joshua in 15 years.
I have texted regularly and said Joshua. I've regularly been like, Joshua. And he has never acknowledged it.
Yeah, I don't even think that's his name.
I don't know what his name is.
I
Is
think
it
he
just
was
Josh?
born Josh.
Are you serious?
I'm about 80% sure. I don't know anyone who's ever called him Joshua Kubis.
Oh my god.
I have.
That's kind of crazy. I need to find out.
There are people like that who,
No,
like,
I've seen his license. It is Joshua.
there are people like that, though, who are born with the nickname as the name.
That's like my dad's name. It's Matthew, but Mathew. And everyone who's like, people who don't know my dad, who know the lore about my dad, they're like, oh my god, Matthew, 2 H's. They're like, Matthew's fucking awesome. He
2
rocks.
T's.
Yeah, it's 2 T's. I'm sorry. And I never correct them. I'm like, yeah, Matthew. And I'm like, wait, why did you spell your own dad's name wrong? I'm like, I didn't. It's just your white ass thinking that it's supposed to be spelled a certain way.
That's a fair point. I get really pressed when people call me Nathan.
You don't look like a Nathan, but
Well,
Thank
you
you.
look like
see,
a
the
Nathaniel.
problem is, I actually don't remember who in my past this was, but in my phone contacts, I do have, like, a Nathan Martin.
That's wild.
No
I mean, I've
idea.
met 3 Nathan Martins.
You
I
in
don't
another
know who it is.
lifetime? Or another, what is it? Universe or whatever the fuck.
I guess.
Oh, that's cool.
I literally, it was like a few days ago.
Don't worry about it.
A few days ago, I was watching someone, like a reel, talk about Oh yeah, that's what it was. It's a bunch of people saying like, oh, when your name's pronounced wrong or said wrong or something. And there was this like one nurse at a hospital was like saying, I don't know, a full name where someone's name just wasn't that. And they were like, no, I'm saying your full Christian name to a Jewish woman.
Yikes.
Yeah. Where her name on her birth certificate was not that. So then, like, I don't know, she said a year later she just fully changed her name to her Jewish name legally.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. American Christians are kind of crazy.
I don't have a ton of experience with American Christians anymore. I'm about 5 years detached-ish.
I like that you added anymore at the end, because that's why I looked at you. I was like, and then you said anymore, and I was like, all right. Yeah.
I'd say you're approaching 6 years, right?
6 years sober of
6
Jesus.
years sober.
No, I mean,
I'm Jesus sober.
I wouldn't say 6 years sober
Not
of
California
Jesus. I would
sober.
say 6 years sober of cultists.
What's Jesus sober? That's where you masturbate furiously every day?
I don't do that.
No, what? Jesus sober is getting absolutely sloshed on wine.
What?
I don't know, but I'm thinking about converting to Catholicism. I think that'd be a fun bit.
I think it'd fit you. I think it'd bring you a lot of peace.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That makes sense.
Like every lesbian in my life, Catholics.
Would you be baptized? Would you get baptized? Have you
I've been baptized, yeah.
In what
in
church?
a Lutheran church, so,
Okay, so
I'd have to
baptized in
redo
Catholic
it.
Church, yeah.
It'd be like me and a bunch of babies lined up, and then the guy doing it would
They
have
would
to like walk
waterboard you.
out. He's like getting a text. He's like,
And he's like, I'm sorry guys, I have to go.
it's just the scene of Honora. That's my
Yeah.
baptism.
He'd be like, I have to go to this penthouse in Brooklyn and Bay Ridge.
Yeah. No, we saw Nora for a what is that? It was a fourth
or
time
fifth
for
time.
me. Third time for you.
I think so.
Yeah. Great film. Great.
Yeah,
it's the best movie of this past year. I love it a lot. I really hope it gets some Oscars.
I just hope it gets at least 2.
Supporting actor.
No, I hope she gets one.
Oh yeah, I would love that for Mickey, but I don't know. It might go to Zoe Saldana. She's the front runner right now. She won that Golden Globe.
What's she gonna get?
Amelia
for?
Perez.
I didn't watch it.
We should.
Okay.
That should be the Patreon.
Okay.
Live watching, live commentary of Amelia Perez.
You were gonna have to put like a gag tape on my mouth so I keep my mouth shut.
Speaking of great performances but shitty movie,
Okay.
The Last Showgirl.
Oh, did you see it?
Yeah, I
Was
watched
it
it
good?
today. It is not good.
Oh.
Pamela Anderson is really good in it.
I saw that Jamie Lee Curtis was in it, and I was like, maybe I don't want to see this movie.
Believe it or not, Jamie Lee Curtis was really good in it too.
Okay,
It
that's
could
good.
have been literally anyone else, but she played her character really well.
That's good. So why wasn't the movie good then? If everyone was playing their parts well, was it just the script?
Yeah, the script was really shitty. Batista was kind of wasted.
Oh, bummer.
Again.
Yeah.
And there's just random shit in there where it's like, I don't know, trying to be a little artsy where it just didn't make sense.
Mm.
Like standing in an empty lot in the middle of Vegas, just like smoking a cigarette. Like, your car's not even here. How'd you get here?
What are you doing?
Yeah. I'm just wasting like 2 minutes of my time watching Pamela Anderson smoke in a gravel parking lot out in the outskirts of Vegas. Like, no, this doesn't work for me.
I was talking about this earlier tonight, actually, about like places I'd consider living, and Vegas is not one of them. I feel like the places on the outskirts of Las Vegas are some of the
That's
darkest.
like Mad Max.
It's the darkest, seediest parts of the entire country, I think, potentially.
No, but yes. Like, that's where, what is,
That was loud.
what's that guy's name? I always forget it. I'm president of the bank.
That's not Riff Raff, so I don't know who you're talking about.
I don't know. President of the bank.
Yeah.
I'm out here with my new Lamborghini.
No.
Not that guy?
No.
Do you think we're gonna get another Dave Blunts this year? Like, I mean, he's my
I'm on my way to becoming the next Dave Blunts. I'm Dave Blunts 2.3.
Where's your producer?
The
You
Dave
releasing
Blunts of
music?
stand-up?
No, just Dave Blunts in general. The Dave Blunts of even.
The real, like, Dave Blunt stand-up routine is him standing up.
Will the real Dave Blunts please stand up? He's wheezing. He has the ventilator on.
I love that people treated that like it was a miracle of God.
You know, when I was a kid, like, my mom would play, like, she would, like, watch the evangelical
Breen.
shows.
Oh.
What? Who?
Neil Breen.
Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
he lives in Vegas.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Should we light this?
Yeah,
Oh,
if
fuck.
you guys want to smoke weed on the pot?
One of the Dons lives in Vegas, the American one.
Dawn?
Yeah, Dons of the Disco.
Who the fuck are these people?
Don Haro.
Will you pass me a lighter from our lighter bowl?
Our lighter bowl.
Okay, my lighter bowl.
Yeah, these aren't my lighters.
Okay, well, they're lighters that I found in this
We're
apartment.
getting the tiny one.
Okay. Anyway, so there's a funny story with
Oh,
my God.
Marone.
There's a funny story with this fucked up joint. We walked into a smoke shop, and I was like, "Hey, do you guys have pre-rolls?" He goes, "You gotta go to the Honda CRV." I'm like, "Excuse me?" He goes, "Yeah, outside." And I'm like, "Okay." So we walk up to this random Honda CRV, and Nate's like, "Hey, do you have pre-rolls?" And the guy just looks at us and rolls the window down a little bit further. I'm like, "Do you have pre-rolls, dude?" Like, I was told it was $10. He goes, "Yeah, cash or card." I'm like, "Cash? What the fuck?" And then he hands it to me, and it was just the seediest experience I've had in New York City.
It's the weirdest way to buy weed in a legal state.
Yeah.
And it's because, like, the shop can't have the license. He's like, yeah, just
Yeah.
go out to the Honda CRV. And you're like, what if I want to pay card? And he's like, well, then you got to pay for it in here.
I was like, I'll just do cash. Like, I'm not dealing with this shit. And you know what? The great thing is they had a full stock, 7 different flavors of Galaxy Gas. So, you know what? They have the Honda
Where
CRV
the
parked
fuck
out front.
Did you go?
The place I told you with the cheap Red Bulls.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, this tracks. Yeah. Yeah.
It's just, I don't understand why it's so hard to get weed in a state where it's fully legal. I blame the Adams administration for this rollout. I
He
also
needs to get his
blame...
hair plugs, and he needs to fix the cannabis situation in the city.
He needs to, I don't know, jump in front of the train as a statement to the MTA.
I will say at least
Ugh.
he hasn't cut our fire department budget.
No, he's just allowing them to drive $300,000 cars on fire plates.
That's kind of cool.
I'm not that
Dude, if a
angry at
Bugatti
it.
shows up to put out my fire, I'm not going to complain.
Well, a Lamborghini, a Rolls Royce, yes.
Horribly rolled.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It's-
It's falling apart at the seams.
Flaccid. Oh
Can't
my
put down the
god.
joint.
Can't put down the weed. Can't put down the joint. Smoking on that kush.
Can you blow on it so it doesn't, like, canoe, maybe?
I got you.
Thank you. Alright, never mind. I guess it's gonna canoe.
It's like incense, but smells bad.
Incense which smells like butt cheeks. Just kidding. That's when... Oh, I can't say that.
Huh?
I can't call out people we know in
Oh.
real life.
Yeah.
Can't. This is a public
Beep.
episode.
I know who you're talking about.
Mhm.
They're like, that's my Kwanzaa candle.
Oh my god.
This thing's shit.
It's
It
what?
smells decent.
Not as good as the fucking joint blunt things that
Well, it made my tongue go numb, so that's something.
You have a lot of issues going on currently, it seems like.
Oh yeah, did you get a result from your medical thing?
Yeah.
Are you alive?
No?
Do you have any definitive
Okay.
answers?
No?
Alright,
Okay.
then I guess we're fine for now.
Yay!
Yeah.
Alden's alive.
Will they be here as a cast member in 2026? We'll find out.
Season 3.
Hopefully
Is your
not.
contract back?
My contract?
Yeah, we don't have one. Don't ask, don't tell.
What was I talking about before I lit the joint?
We were talking about The Last Showgirl, and then Vegas, and we were talking about Neil Breen. We were talking about Dawns of Disco.
Yeah.
We were talking about a lot of really interesting, weird outliers in Las Vegas, and how the surrounding area is very
Andrew.
strange. It feels like a David Lynch movie because like I feel like Vegas is kind of this like Vegas was really only great when it was ran by the mob, as far as I can gather, and like
No, I think that's an accurate statement.
and then it's kind of like that weird 60s nostalgia, I think, is kind of the reason why Vegas is like.
Which was the like thing of the movie, I guess, was that it was like, I don't know, great in the 80s, and now it's just, once she's washed up, she like, I don't know, I couldn't get into it. It just felt really...
I'm gonna change the tone a little bit.
Okay.
I've been having some really deep conversations with a lot of different people in my life lately. People I've either met really recently or people who've been in my life for a while. One of them was the idea of kids. One of my friends is spiraling and crashing out over the idea of having IVF, despite the fact that we're the same fucking age. Don't really know why that's something that we're thinking about now when I can't even fucking pay my rent every month, but whatever.
Okay, good for them.
Yeah,
They're ready to start a family?
No.
Oh. Why are they worried about it then?
They're like, what if I can't have kids? Like, what if I want kids? And I'm like, okay, well, I'm sure you can have them at some point. And they're like, oh, well, what if I never meet the person? Then what if I have to do IVF? And I'm like, I don't think you can afford that on a teacher's salary, but you know what? Do you.
Copy that.
You do you.
Yeah.
And before you guess who it is I know a lot of teachers. I've even dated a lot, unfortunately.
That's also true.
Yeah, so. Good luck figuring out which one it is.
Have I dated a teacher yet?
Probably.
Yeah, I guess technically.
I currently am, so...
Yeah, what's it like dating a teacher? I think teachers are the most important job in America.
I'm gonna withhold comment on this one.
Okay.
I liked dating a teacher. Both times that I did. They were just really fucking weird. Like, individually really weird people.
I think you kind of have to be to, like, willingly spend your day with a bunch of kids that are roasting you for having no drip, but...
Yeah, like, it's
that's
crazy.
Just not the same for my partner.
Well, your teacher doesn't, like, I mean, the teacher that
Your teacher?
the teacher that you are currently canoodling with doesn't give off the air that they're bitchless. Because it's just not something anyone has to worry about when they're in a conversation with them. The two teachers that I dated were regularly being told by their 13-year-old students, oh my god, you don't get bitches! To the point where they would, like, come to work with brand new Jordans that were unscuffed. And then also a Cuban link chain that was probably counterfeit gold. So...
Turning your neck green?
Yeah! So, you know, I think we have very different experiences there.
What do you guys, how would you guys feel, like, and I'm probably not going to do this now because of recent events.
Okay.
But what if I became one of those people that got into jewelry? Like, what if I started, like, you know, wearing...
I mean, you have an eyebrow piercing, do you not? That's jewelry.
Yeah, but that's the
have glasses,
only...
that's essentially jewelry.
I need these to see.
Yeah, but it's a statement piece, the style that you're wearing.
I've had these for, like, years.
Anyways, I ordered a chain and a ring today.
Okay. I'm scared to do it now because of, like, the Zuckerbergs of the world just getting away with a black t-shirt and
I'm not
jewelry.
doing gold. I don't think gold works on me that
Like,
well.
I'm not getting a perm anytime soon. I
like,
wanted one,
like,
but...
chain, ring, can you, like, explain?
It is a barbed wire
Oh, so you're gay, yeah.
esque choker.
Okay, so it's the faggot. Okay.
And the ring is in the design of a Cuban link.
Okay.
Both silver.
It's
Silver's
crazy
the
that
way
you're
to go.
banned from bars in Bushwick. You seem like you'd fit right in wearing those.
I would, I'd probably go silver too, I think. I don't see myself doing it, but if I did, it would be
gold
silver.
Works on you.
I don't think I have the pigment for gold. I think...
Lucky for me, both mixed
Rose
metals
gold.
work for me. Mixed metals
That
work
makes
for
sense,
me.
yeah.
I prefer gold. My
I really
ring is
like-
gold and my chain is gold.
I really like the piercings you have, because that's not gold.
Nope,
but
it's rose gold.
Rose gold, yeah.
Uh,
That
I
works.
wish it was gold, but it works. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think rose gold would work on you.
This is
Oh my
gold
god,
gold.
I'd look like Pink Gold Peach. I'd look like a Mario Kart character.
Hell yeah.
I'm thinking about getting a nose chain.
Okay, I can see that.
I feel like it might be too much, so I might not do that. I like this how it is.
I like the nose chains that are a little higher up.
Yeah, like we want to get a higher
Like a
nose
bridge
piercing.
one?
I don't want a bridge piercing. I don't like them on me. I don't like how it look because I wear glasses a lot at home,
Yeah.
so it'd be annoying. But if I got like a higher nostril piercing like up here, I think it'd be fine. Like a really small one.
Bring me to higher nos.
Okay.
The Wolfhound was playing some weird 80s bangers.
Oh
it
my
was,
God.
It was kind of overstimulating. I was actually really happy when they switched it to, like, Kings of Leon, which was also kind of jarring. It was like, why? There's no one here who's having or doing sex, clearly. Most everyone here is for darts.
Sex on Fire was playing, yeah.
Yeah, and then it's like, yeah, Sex on Fire is playing. Amy finally met Megan.
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah.
Shout out Meg, hot girl Meg.
Yeah, woo.
Football Meg.
Football Meg.
She's gonna be representing her country. Put some respect on that.
New book on the way. Also not about me. That's really exciting news to
Yeah.
hear today.
There will be a poem included to prove that it's not about Nate this time.
Yep. Hit the link tree.
I think there needs to be a disclaimer, like on the back cover.
I was told that I might be allowed to write the prologue, like the,
okay.
like the, you know, where they have like another author or another person like write an intro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That
think
was so like tender.
Tinder.
Yeah.
What?
The way you handed it to me.
I'm trying
Sorry,
to be
your
a
friend
really good
cares about
passer.
you.
I'm just here in the middle, getting a vague contact high.
I'm not feeling anything from this. You're getting nothing. The thing you're getting.
You're
from
getting
it
nothing. You deserve nothing, Nate. Shut up, bitch.
Yeah, it's
It was worth.
It
$10,
smells
I think.
casual. I mean, yeah, it's
Casual?
like good like casual weed, like you
It was
know,
a cat. What's that?
If-
How's that song go?
knee deep in the passenger seat.
It was a casual.
Your foot is up my cooch. Yeah, I'm casual now. I think that's how it goes, right?
something like that. That sounds about
All I
right.
know is a certain someone we know was singing that song a little too loud, despite not being able to relate to that.
I know like 15 people that applies to.
I do too. That's why I left it at a certain someone we know.
Elbow
some
deep in
introspection.
For
the
the
passenger
third time this
seat of
episode.
your.
What?
Not the same person, no.
No, I'm aware, but you just keep like vaguely calling people out. There's no reason to sub to
You
in
know-
the middle of an
I'm
episode.
not sub-tuning. I'm
None of them even
sub-mentioning.
watch the show.
Actually, 4 different people I have sub-mentioned to.
Okay.
Public
I don't
episodes.
know. The views are not indicating anyone's watching.
I'm fine with that. It's my
Which
cute
is
little
fine.
hobby.
I think this is just like a fun little thing that we do.
Yeah.
The reels get views.
I'm
Like
not
people
trying to
like
get money.
those.
I'm trying to have fun.
Yeah, no, it's not. This isn't a capitalist endeavor. This is just us shooting the shit. It's a good excuse to make sure that we hang out every week.
You know what is a capitalist endeavor? Fucking Squid Game.
Yeah, it's weird. Did you see they have a whole cinematic
Season
universe
2?
planned?
No, but I saw
Oh.
the Squid Game experience.
Oh, my cousin's ex. I guess I can say that now.
Yeah.
He wanted to take us to that, and I was like, no. I'm not going to the Squid Game experience.
He's the reason Squid Game was written.
I found a reason to squid. They also like I was at Bryant Park yesterday with Cameron and her mom, and there were just people in the Squid Game costumes like walking around the defunct like holiday plaza thing.
The one that
The
burned
holiday
down
market,
twice.
Well, yeah, but it's like still kind of there, like some of the food
Yeah.
vendors, but all the like, gifts and cool kitschy things are gone, and I was like,
Yeah.
we are in hell. This sucks.
All you can smell is the smell of really buttery lobster rolls wafting in the air.
Yeah,
obviously,
and
while
then like a
people's
bunch of
Squid Game
really
costumes
weird
are walking.
croissants that don't look
Croissant.
very good.
I got really good donuts last night.
Yeah, where are they from? You were talking about that earlier.
Donut pub.
Oh.
Right by Copalia.
Yeah.
Have you been to Copalia?
No, but I've been to that donut pub right by Copalia.
14th, yeah. Oh, I was talking to Alden about it. I was like, we need to go to Copalia, the 3 of us.
I'd be down. That sounds
Mikey
like a good
introduced me
time.
to Copalia, who was a guest on the show at one point. I think twice.
Mikey has been, not Copalia.
Yeah, I know. But Mikey introduced me to Copalia. I've been there like 7 times now. I love their steak frites.
Can
It's
we
actually good.
Oh my god.
That sounds
Again.
delicious.
Can we get Mikey back on the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants to be.
Yeah, let's get Mikey
I
back
told him
next time
we-
we have 4 microphones.
Yeah,
Instead of
I-
1.
I told him that we are recording on Monday nights now, so I think he'll be down.
Sweet.
I know
I'm
that's
down.
more available for him.
I'm down anytime. Whenever Mikey wants. We also, I mean, that's like another good thing about these late Monday night recordings, is we could also probably get people like Caleb, if you actually wanted him on the show. Okay. You always said
You don't even have to cut that.
Okay.
I do have. My dad got me some new Dove Plus Men, whatever.
I had their 3-in-1
whole
for a
body
while.
deodorant.
Yeah.
So if Caleb does get on the show, we're prepared.
I back when I was in high school, I used their 3-in-1 specifically at like the gym, like at school, so I could shower before going to the career center. And it was kind of perfect for like an intermittent, like just quick rinse shower.
Yeah.
It was pretty nice. I didn't really ever use it in my hair unless I was like sweating from like rehearsal.
Do you like Dove?
As a whole, I mean, for a Unilever product, they're pretty good.
I have 5 bars of soap that I just can't deal with the scent with. So if you want some,
Oh, what soaps are they?
they're just the bar of soaps.
Like what? Dove?
Dove.
Yes.
Oh.
My God.
Is it like the default white Dove, or is
No.
it the men's?
It's
The-
not
the
men's,
thems.
but it's one of the like offshoots of the
Sure.
default.
Yeah. You know whose soap I actually really like a lot? Irish Spring.
It makes your body sound like a windshield wiper.
Okay.
Like it's so.
So if I went like this, it would be like.
Yes.
Yeah. It literally turns your skin waxy.
It's
Think you
dry
got that
as
stiffy?
fuck. You know what I really like?
Squidward walking tight.
The soap bar. I don't like using soap bars. I always use body wash or like a body scrub. But when I went back to Richmond to visit my parents the last time, my dad picked up some soap from the Indian store that I used to grow up using when I was there in India. It was the Chandrika soaps. It's like a holy basil.
I've seen those before, yeah.
Yeah, and it smells so good, so I use that all the time. You'd like that.
That does sound nice.
It's such a comforting smell.
I really like the bar soap that has kind of like the grains in it. Like
Like the Sass Dr. Squatch ones.
I have never had the Dr. Squatch. I do get the targeted ads a lot because I think Mark Zuckerberg thinks I smell bad.
My ex, for Christmas, for everyone in our friend group, he got those from the vending machine of his job instead of getting us actual gifts.
Was it good though?
It was fine, but it was like you got $3 bars of soap for everybody when we all got gifts that we
For
got into.
$10.
From the vending machine at the hospital that he was a security guard at, it was $3.
Big discount then.
Yeah, wow.
There's not a single CVS I've seen them sold at a reasonable price.
Okay, well, he was the security guard and watching the, prisoners who were, like, about to die.
Oh yeah, that's the interesting wing of the hospital.
Yeah, an interesting wing. For
The
sure.
ones that they shut down during COVID and haven't reopened in most because they're not profitable.
I'm sure the state, especially the prisons that actually make money with the slave labor involved, which
In California,
that is wild. When
there's
I
a bunch
found
of
out that
teens, like teenagers, like juvenile, like prisoners who are fighting the fires right now without adequate care, pay, or material.
do they even have the proper training?
No. And they're being paid maybe $1 a day. No, sorry, 50 cents a day.
I saw that like they were making $5.80 a day, which is still egregious for even a prisoner to have to like risk their life to put out a fire at like I don't know Mel Gibson's house. Did you guys listen to the Mel Gibson phone call though?
Yeah.
That was the best Mel Gibson phone call I think ever. He was so like he had such a good outlook on it, which is wild. That he was just like, oh yeah, no, I'm free from the burden of my things. Like, unfortunately, I lost a lot of stuff that I really cared about. But now that it's all gone, you know, that's just you know a message from above. Like that's just how we're gonna rock and roll. That's how we're gonna deal with it. And I was like, that's a really good outlook to have. And I do not think that James Woods feels the same way.
I think James Woods should be put down.
# kill 'em all.
Hashtag kill 'em all. Is that the name of the episode?
Yeah. Sure. I think it's honestly kind of beautiful and poetic that he lost everything after you said such hateful things online.
Well, I mean, it's fine. He can just take his neighbor's stuff now.
You know, that's
I do really feel bad for most of the people in Los Angeles that are going through this.
Let me put it this way. I feel bad for everyone who lost things in a fire. Like, that's awful. You couldn't control that. There's nothing... Like, it's completely out of your control. It's 100% just, like, you can't fight back with nature, right? But I think it's really telling how some people are behaving throughout this ordeal. Like, there are some people who are using this to be like, oh yeah, you think that, like, it's a conspiracy theory, homeless people are looting everything, and, like, the fuck are you demonizing homeless people for? These people are also suffering.
That's California. They've hated the homeless for the last 60 years.
Yeah, I know, and I'm like, okay, well, if you hate the homeless so much, maybe you have more resources for these people. And I'm talking about that countrywide. And it's not just an LA problem, it's not just a New York City problem. Like, countrywide, the government should have more resources for people who are homeless. I know a lot of these people are people who aren't in their right mind, like they have mental illness or whatever, or they're, like, substance abuse, or just not having, like, the right support systems or something.
Speaking of, Adams has finally gone back on his early shit of stripping back all of the funding for mental health and homelessness and everything. He is finally putting money back into it.
Oh yeah, after all the violence that's been erupting here.
Yeah, as an effort to get reelected, which he's not.
Yeah, they were playing that on Spectrum One News at the Mexican restaurant I had dinner at, and like, I was like, damn, this is like a really long news segment. Like, they're rolling out this whole thing.
The fuck we doing a news cycle on this shit for? Like, this is just, it's a day in the life of Eric Adams without hair.
His name ain't Herrick Adams. That's
Oh
for
my
sure.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I watched the trailer for that Keke Palmer SZA movie.
Oh, I'm
yeah, I
looking
wanna
forward
watch
to that.
it.
Holy shit,
It looks
the
good.
phrase, "you're looking really alopecious today."
That's gonna be in our vernacular.
Yeah.
I really want to see that, and it's really cool to see SZA acting. Like,
Yes.
she looks like she's holding her own in that trailer. Like,
Yeah.
I'm excited to see that
I
movie.
really want to see that movie.
I'm gonna say this thing, and it's gonna have to be scrubbed from this episode, I fear. You're looking really alopecious today would be a great thing to say to Parker as a greeting.
Oh, we're not
Well,
scrubbing
I'm
that from
saying
the
it.
episode.
Okay,
I'm
that's
saying
good.
That's so
it's,
sweet. He would appreciate that.
I love him. I'm excited to see him at
I'm
Margaritaville.
saying it's Eddie.
He's not been here much for me. I'm keeping my mouth shut. I'm probably getting fired soon.
I doubt it.
He doesn't talk to me at all. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't manage or anything.
Then you're doing your job and his job.
I have been.
Yes,
I think
exactly.
it's like-
So what is he gonna say to you? Like, obviously
I have
everything's
been like
taken care
handling
of.
scheduling for him.
Mhm.
I created a schedule where someone else could work with us, and he completely didn't use it. So I don't know why I spent 2 weeks working that out with you and the other person. I'm never doing extra shit for that guy again.
Did y'all see the Rolling Stone top 250 albums of the 21st century so far
No.
No.
list?
I remember going over the last one with you and
Well, that was the
Josh.
top 500 albums of all time list. Yes, that was.
Did Hannah
oh,
Montana
yeah.
get on the top 500?
No.
No.
Okay, well then it's not valid. I'm sorry. That
It
song where
wasn't
she goes,
valid.
No,
It
it's
was some of the
never
worst
ordinary
hits I've
girl,
ever seen.
sometimes I get lazy, I get...
I didn't look over the whole list because I think like 250 for the past 25 years alone is like kind of a lot for me to like scrub through.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
Um,
enough.
Well, I agree that I don't think it's like an inclusive list. Like I don't think it's a broad one. I did see Taylor Swift on there 13 times, which
Okay,
is ridiculous. But do you guys have any guess what number one best album of the 2000s as a whole so far is this
Was it Michael
century?
Bublé?
Not on Rolling Stone.
Who was it? Ed Sheeran?
No,
Harry Styles.
bigger than all those, and it's not a man.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it's probably Beyonce, right?
Beyonce?
Lemonade,
Yeah.
album of
I'm
the
not mad
21st
at that.
century.
I'm
so
not
far.
mad at that. That's good for her.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
like
mad at
Beyonce whatsoever.
Number 2 was Kid A by Radiohead, which I was just like, you're on, like,
What?
yeah, I was like, it's not
Okay.
even in my top 5 favorite Radiohead albums, but
Well,
like,
Shout out to Captain Holt. One of his most memorable quotes is he held up the fucking precinct and he was like, I have some thoughts on Beyonce's Lemonade.
I do like that album, but at the end of the day, it's just Beyonce released, it's like her press release statement on her husband cheating on her.
And she's like, I got publicly embarrassed. Here's an album. She's doing what Taylor should have done every time she was crashing out.
But the thing is, Beyonce's been with one man.
Who groomed her?
Yeah, well,
Let's not forget, you were at the Diddy parties. You both were, actually. Not you two. I mean, maybe, but like...
Hey, what
I'm
the
talking
fuck?
about-
I was at the Diddy party and no one gave me any attention.
Oh my god,
Actually, that would
Ivy
not have
Volk
been
tweet.
the case. That would not have been
That
the case.
Ivy Volk tweet where she's like, I was at the Diddy party, nobody fucked me, nobody feels bad for me. And I'm like, oh my god. That's funny, but like, why would you tweet that?
It is a really good tweet. I've never been to a Diddy party, and if I was, it wouldn't have been by my choice.
If I was at a Diddy party, I would not have survived.
It's just crazy. I really thought like the Beehive was gone. I still see people defending her with their lives.
Oh yeah,
They are just as
It's
bad
not
as
gonna go
K-pop
away.
stans.
Yes.
I'm surprised that Julia's not a Beyonce stan.
I mean, I think she likes Beyonce, but I think she's too into the Taylor thing to be, and she likes some K-pop stuff too. So it's like,
Yeah.
I think
She's got a
her
lot in her orbit.
fixations can only go so far. But I mean, honestly, I think she's a pretty respectful fan. She can take criticism about Taylor Swift, and she's like, yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people feel that way. I just don't agree, and I'm like, okay, that's cool.
I just know I'm gonna crash out and do something drastic if I get another invite to a fucking Brat event. It is January. We're about to go into summer in 5 months.
Sure.
Again. And it's not gonna be a Brat summer. If it's up to me, it's gonna be a nuclear summer.
There could be a Brett too. We should not rule that out.
Yeah.
This is the most successful thing Charlie XCX has ever done by a landslide.
I did so many substances this summer. I can't do that again. I really can't, guys. I'm gonna be so honest. Like, the substance abuse... At some point, I was considering maybe that I need to take a white person card and, like, actually consider going to rehab instead of going back to college after the summer.
Is rehab a white person thing?
Yeah, like, we don't have access to that. It's
Alright.
100% you just kill yourself if you can't get over your demons in my culture.
Okay. So
Or you traumatize every generation after you.
oh right, yeah, that's kind of
Well, that's
that
typical.
feels like white people culture though too.
Well, I'm just, like, saying, like, in my family, like, whenever we talk about substance abuse or whatever, they're like, yeah, and then they just shot themselves and killed themselves. And then I'm
See,
like...
that's how we talk about gay people in white
Well,
culture.
in my culture, we do that for gay people and for people struggling with any type of demon that's not just, like, religious, really. So, yeah, like, I remember I was talking to my parents once about substance abuse. I was like, yeah, my friend... I was, like, a junior in high school. It's like, my friend had to go to rehab this summer instead of us going to Busch Gardens together. And my parents were like, what the fuck? For what? I was like, oh, she was a bar-tard. Like, she did a lot of Xanax. My parents were like, that's just, like, a white people thing. Like, brown people don't do that. I was like, Dad, like, you drink a lot. And my dad's like, yeah, it makes me happy. And I'm like, that is not good.
I don't see a problem in that. Unless if it's like every day all the time.
No, my dad doesn't drink. Well, yeah, no, he doesn't drink, like, every day. I remember, like, when I was in high school, when he started really smoking cigarettes, we would talk about it, and I started smoking cigs, and he's like, I can stop whenever I want. I'm like, okay, so stop. And I'd be like, okay, so I stopped because you thought I couldn't do it. And I was like, okay. And then, like, a month later, he'd be like, I started smoking cigs again because I got really mad about something at work. I think he hasn't smoked since I moved to New York.
I don't know about that.
No, I'll talk to him sometimes, and he'll be giggling on the phone. I'm like, oh, are you having a drink? He's like, yeah, I cracked open some Hennessy B-Sop. And I'm like, hell yeah, brother. And then I'll be like, you having a cig with it? And he's like, nah, I haven't smoked in a few months.
I think if you ended up buying Hennessy on New Year's Eve, I think you actually would have gotten your first hangover, because we would have polished that bottle off that night.
I would have polished it on my own with the way I was drinking. 22 shots.
Well, I think it was 22 drinks. I don't think they were all shots.
I mean, the drinks had at least a shot worth of liquor in them.
Sure. Yeah, so you definitely had more than 22 drinks, but...
More than 22 shots worth of liquor.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I think it was 22 drinks.
Yeah,
I think
it was a lot. I started at 3 p.m. I ended at 1:30 a.m. when I decided to go puke off the side of a patio, and then had to lock in so that we could go to a casino. Well, me and 2 other people.
Yeah.
It was great. It was cool. It was awesome. I didn't sleep at all, really. No hangover. The first sip of sweet tea with lemon rejuvenated me. The 3 bites of the chicken fried steak I had also rejuvenated me.
What are your guys' thoughts on biscuits and gravy?
It's so good. I haven't found a spot in New York City that does a good job with it. I'm hoping that the 100 restaurants that I hit through
are not publicized.
I bet you Kellogg Diner, like some of those like really long-term historic diners probably have it.
Y'all
but
think
it's-
Bel Air Diner does a shit job?
I don't think the diners are gonna do it. I'm being honest. It's gotta be like
It's gotta be like an actual like restaurant.
it's gotta be soul food type
actually,
shit.
you know who probably does?
In Harlem, there's gotta be a few spots.
Well, that's crazy to say, but also
Harlem has soul food.
so there is one spot.
What's crazy
on,
about what I said?
125th that has real good soul food.
What is crazy about what I said? Please tell me.
I wanna
Please
say
enlighten me.
it's on Saint Nick.
What's that place that's not Sugar
Okay.
Freak, but it's like called like Happy Land or something like that?
Comfortland.
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 They probably have good biscuits and gravy.
I was thinking about that when I was walking up there today.
They have good sandwiches, so I mean maybe.
Their food's great.
Yes.
It is like a sandwich that you can't quite pick up all the way. Like it's
Yeah.
like falling out. Like
Mhm,
it's
the
slutty
burrata
food.
BLT
It's
at
really slutty
Compton's.
food, but it's
Mhm.
good. I would want to go back to that barbecue place we went to with Kieran too, Jack Ray's or whatever.
Oh, that was by that was by LIC bar or whatever, right? Or no, Dutch
guess.
Kills.
Yeah,
Near Dutch Kills.
kind of. It was like 5 blocks away. Yeah,
Dude, I still haven't been to Dutch Kills.
it's a nice bar. It's a really nice cocktail bar.
I know, I was supposed to go.
Yeah, no, I would recommend that place for sure.
Yeah, I was supposed to go. I haven't been.
I really can't remember the name of that fucking barbecue spot.
I think it was Jack Ray Barbecue.
Well, it's on Belly. I'll find it for you.
Yeah. Was it Jack or John?
One of the two. J name.
It's a J name.
J
J
name
names.
barbecue.
In Long Island City.
Yeah, it's very good. I was pleasantly surprised with how good not only the brisket but the burnt ends were. Like everything we got, like there wasn't a single thing on there that I didn't think was great, except like the cornbread was kind of meh. I was expecting a little better. Mac and cheese was okay. I'm not really a mac and
liked
cheese
that.
at barbecue, but
I liked
it had good flavor. You could tell it was like a multi-cheese, not some cheap blend. Like it was good.
It was properly handmade, hand shredded. Well, it was probably machine shredded, but still, they did it in house.
What's your guys' favorite like band from like the 90s? Like maybe grunge or grunge adjacent? Because I was in a long conversation about this yesterday.
I'm gonna get so shit on for my answer.
Okay.
Nirvana.
Nirvana. Okay, that's a good one.
My dad liked Nirvana when he was in college, so it was always very special to me because it took me a long time to have a relationship with my dad, but I feel like it's like a reasonable one, where it's not super dysfunctional, and like that was like a really early thing for me to be able to connect with my dad on. One of the first things I was able to connect with him on was like he really liked Nirvana when he was in college, and when I was in like elementary school and middle school, and I started going through my emo phase, like I discovered Nirvana on my own, and he heard me listening to it and he got super excited. We would listen to it together.
Nice. What about you, Alden? Favorite
Damn,
grunge
I had to
adjacent?
see when they started, or like when they released music, and I don't think it really fits.
Yeah.
Kings of Leon.
And I feel like that would fit.
That's definitely post grunge. That's definitely in the
'cause
same
that was
vein.
99.
That was definitely like
But I
the
feel
same
that fits
vein
for
as
the
like
90s.
that would fit in like with like Third Eye Blind, and that would fit with like even
Yeah.
Nickelback,
What about
Creed.
Incubus? Because I really liked Incubus too.
You know what? Incubus would probably
might
fit in there.
Yeah.
My answer is either Nirvana or Incubus.
I'm gonna say Incubus.
I don't know why, but Smashing Pumpkins is really growing on me a lot. And I think like their peak window really ends at like 97, 98.
Yeah.
But they had some really, really good like full albums. And like I like Pearl Jam a lot too. But like the later stuff that they have, the more like story-y and like long-winded it is for what it is. But yeah, I don't know. I used to be a really big Alice in Chains fan. And I feel like I should probably go on a deep dive of their discographies.
Did you like Primus?
I do like Primus. I do think they're a little pretentious.
Yeah, I mean everyone in that realm.
I think it's mostly their fans.
Doesn't
Why am I?
Kyle have their pinball machine?
They have a
Something like
Primus
that.
pinball machine?
Yeah,
That's
man.
cool.
Kyle is like a big Primus fan, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I don't talk to him that much. I don't know too much
He
about him, but
is.
I like Primus. I wanted to go to a show for them. I really like Fish. Like, I'm not a huge fan of Fish. Like, their fan base is really fucking strange.
I like that meme where it's from some like 90s medieval TV show.
Yeah.
It's like the intro and it's like going to the bathroom at a Fish concert.
Yeah.
It's like all the like character ISO shots. I think that's a funny meme.
But like, I like Fish. And most of the people, like, that I've met who listen to them who are, like, older, They're not that weird. Like, they're pretty cool, well-rounded people. It's younger people who are super into that. No, like, people that I worked with at my law firm,
Okay,
that
sure,
were
but
fish fans were
the
crazy
guests
people.
that we just had for their show here.
Yeah, they were fucking weird.
Yeah.
I feel that way about Ween too.
But
I love Ween.
Yeah,
I
I
love
love
Ween
Ween.
so much.
that one girl that graduated from
That's
our high
Wheatus.
school.
I know it's Wheatus. I just wanted to... What?
The one lady that graduated from our high school and her son graduated from our high school. She was actually really weird.
I don't blame her if she grew up in Richmond, Short Pump the entire... Like, lived there. And never left.
That's Taco.
I mean, yes, Tuckahoe is a suburb of Short... Well, it's part of Short Pump, though.
No.
Okay.
Did they name Short Pump after the gun?
No, it's after the pump that was there.
It was
a
literally
short
a pump. Yeah.
Like a
water
well?
Pump.
A well pump.
And it was short.
Yes,
Yes.
that's why it's called Short Pump.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Short pump right next to Tuckahoe, right next to Goochland.
Right?
Yeah, Virginia's got it going on now.
There's a bunch of weird names.
Yeah.
Ohio's got a lot of weird names too, but a lot of their weird names are from other places.
Yeah.
Like there's an
Yeah.
Africa, Ohio. There's a Paris, Ohio.
There's a Zion, Ohio.
There's a Zion, Ohio.
East Palestine.
There's
Yeah.
an East Palestine, Ohio.
There's a Zion Crossroads, Virginia.
There is.
That's when you go towards
There's a
Louisiana.
couple.
There's a
something
Toledo.
crossroads. Why is there
There's a
Toledo?
bum freeze.
Wait, what the fuck? Like, get rid of that. We don't need a Toledo.
There's Boston.
There's a bum freeze, like bum fries, bum freeze.
Oh yeah.
There's a bumpus.
We have a
bump
South
ass.
Boston.
We do. My friend Elizabeth, she's from South Boston. She grew up
Oh
there.
well, Tess basically works there.
Yeah, I know.
Would you guys like move to Boston under any circumstance?
Yeah, I guess so.
I would live there for like a short stint. I don't think I would thrive there culturally.
Fair enough.
I like the idea of. I've never been there. I like the
don't know,
idea.
I feel
of it.
like you're about as racist as they are.
Hey!
I don't know if Amy's anywhere near as homophobic as they are, though.
Are you sure?
No, that's why I said I don't think.
I feel like
I saw.
it's too suppressed.
It's
for
too
you.
white for me.
Well, obviously, yes.
Like, knowing me, I feel like I would feel like really out of place there, and then I would just like move to the area where there's like a lot of Haitians in Boston,
Okay.
like the Haitian diaspora there, and I think I would have a good time there. But like living where it's like all just like fucking white people only, who like.
The thing about Boston is it's kind of like Richmond, where everyone lives outside the city.
Yeah.
Unless you're a college student, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's so expensive in the city. Well, actually, sorry.
You're good.
In Richmond, it's not. Everyone lives in the city, and then everyone else
Now.
lives outside. No, the entire time I lived in Richmond, it was like that. Like, I always would spend so much
Richmond's a
time downtown.
commuter city.
Commuter City. I barely know her.
Yes.
Have you ever lived? Okay, well, you never lived downtown though. You didn't.
No.
You didn't spend significant time downtown.
I did spend significant time downtown.
Okay, I just feel like you didn't experience like.
And I know a lot of people whose families would commute into the city for work.
Yeah, but I'm saying like.
The majority of the people that work in the hospitals and the offices, everything downtown, they do not live in the city.
That
In
hasn't
fact,
been
I
my
know
experience.
people downtown that would commute out, like into the suburbs.
Okay, I'm just saying like my experience is different. Like I know a lot of people and have for years who lived always in the city, grew up in the city. Like most of the people who made up the really big like punk scene and like basement show scene in Richmond grew up in the city. Or they were transplants who were there for college.
Yeah, Columbus is kind of that way too, where like there's some of the suburbs, like Dublin, for example.
Mhm.
Again, another weird Ohio town that's named after a city somewhere else.
Mm.
But like Dublin had a lot of commercial like offices and things like that. But it was just as far away from the city as where I was. Like it was definitely like outer
Yeah.
skirts. Sometimes like a whole county away. Like Tatascalo was another one of those places where they're now putting like a giant Windows Microsoft plant and stuff like that.
Mm.
It is weird because I think in Columbus, the only people who lived downtown were either college students or like yuppies.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how it was for us. It was either you've lived there your whole life or you're a college student.
Yeah, the people that like lived there their whole lives though, like lived like down in like Whitehall or Hilltop, like these areas that were like downtown, but it was like still kind of far from the city. I mean, like more grid like, but still like it's not like where campus was. It's not where like the big buildings are. It was like it's across a interstate. It's like right over there.
Yeah.
It's an exit or two away.
It's nice being in a city where it's like a little more transient.
Mm-hmm.
Like people just come and go.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that a lot. It's one of my favorite things about here actually, is because like New York always has it's like seasons. Like people like I remember when I first moved here, and everyone was like, "Oh, this place isn't what it used to be." And then like COVID happened, and then like everyone was like, "God, this place isn't what it used to be." And then like COVID kind of ended eventually at some point. I think I don't know unless it's still going on, but it doesn't feel like it is. And then people are like, "Oh yeah, man, remember this place like 4 years ago during COVID? It was so much better." And I'm like, "What are you?" It's like it's a place that's always reinventing itself.
Well,
so it's like the people that
yeah.
are like, remember when. It's like that's not really like who the city's for anymore. Those might just be people who still live here. But it's like the first wave of whatever you get here is like really special. I'm looking forward to whatever the next like big fashion craze is, because like a few years ago it was overalls for sure.
I think that's still kind of going strong.
It's gonna be something really weird next. I feel cargo pants could come back in a big way.
They're back.
Camo.
I got
That's
camo
also
pants,
back.
cargo pants, and I have overalls.
I mean, I
Socks
guess
with
for
sandals,
like
Birkenstocks, big in this.
socks and sandals actually good.
Mhm.
I could see that.
Oh, I hope they're not white socks. You're gonna see
Oh,
some
no, they will
crusty
be.
white socks on the subway.
Yeah,
If
man.
people walking in Birkenstocks,
Yeah, I've already
Lexington
seen
Avenue.
They're gonna be orange on
Oof.
the bottom.
Oh, it's gonna be like charcoal black. These sidewalks haven't been power washed in decades.
I don't understand how the city is so gross.
I don't know.
A lot of foot traffic.
The traffic and the fact that it's such a transient crowd in the city. Like, I don't know.
What's that supposed to mean? Calling people dirty?
I'm
Hey,
saying,
look,
like,
I've peed on my fair share of sidewalks, unfortunately. Sometimes you gotta go. Sometimes...
Well, that is the city's fault. Like, just provide public bathrooms 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you'd have less of these issues.
Yeah, but I think other issues would arise then.
yeah, like, if we had public
Unfortunately.
bathrooms, people still would not be using them because of the state they'd be in. You just know.
Yeah, unless they had, like, permanent, round-the-clock Brapwatch attendants that are, like, security
They're being
trained.
abused. They're getting pissed on.
They'd have to be, like, the bouncers at, like, every bar in the city.
They'd be bouncers.
They'd be, like, checking your ID.
Not to
Yeah.
compare us to a better country or anything, but like Melbourne has public bathrooms everywhere. Similar sized city, slightly smaller.
Melbourne is similar to New York
significantly
City?
smaller, but yeah.
It's 5 million people. That is not significant.
It's a third of the size.
Yeah, that's the
well,
city.
half the
That's
size.
2/3 the size. We have 8 million people.
But that makes a big difference.
Yeah, but if you spread our population out, like population density is the same between both cities.
I think the city of Melbourne is significantly larger in terms of geographic land. So
Compared to
I
all
think,
5 boroughs?
yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't know. We need an Australian here to fact check us, but
Ugh, gotta find my ex and get him on Instagram phone call for this.
how did you
God.
guys meet, by the way? I was listening to the most recent episode of Therapy Gecko.
Oh jeez, we met on Omegle when I was like 14.
Okay.
We had the tag for it. My tag was Tumblr, and then I think music, and then we connected because we both had those two same tags. We followed each other on Tumblr and just started talking.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was a choice.
Yeah, the lead story on the episode of Therapy Gecko I was listening to on my way to Queens today was about this lady who had met her significant other of several years through chat roulette. And I was like, that's interesting.
I used to use chat roulette too, but I liked Omegle more because chat roulette was kind of scary.
They were both a little unhinged. Omegle was definitely the Bumble to chat roulette's Tinder.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, chat roulette was definitely like, oh, we're really, really bored. Let's do something stupid.
Yeah.
They don't like make shit like that anymore on the internet because it's too scary to do.
I mean,
now.
it's still there, I think.
They
Chat roulette is still
yeah.
there, but I don't think Omegle is anymore.
No, I think it is. Because there's that one magician. There's the other guy that does.
Magician?
Yeah. I get these reels. Yes.
Soon we're only gonna have reels and like YouTube Shorts by the 19th.
Allegedly.
TikTok will no longer.
Allegedly, I think Trump's changed his tune on the whole TikTok ban
It
thing.
also just doesn't affect me.
I also would be okay if TikTok goes away. I don't like what that means though, because it feels like social media is monopolizing. Because I think TikTok
Everything
showed
is
up and
meta
shaped
now.
the game, and now I'm worried that everything's going to become Meta or run by Elon Musk,
Yeah.
which both terrify me equally. I cannot get out of my head how disgusting the last 9 episodes of the Joe Rogan Experience have become. Like the Mel Gibson one, I'll probably actually watch. That Mel Gibson seems to be in a pretty interesting place right now, but he's opening an anti-woke fucking movie studio. So
When is Elon gonna be doing a TED Talk in New York City?
A TED Talk?
Yeah, like when's he gonna?
which hotel's he staying at?
Yeah.
He was just here for the rally.
Yeah, he didn't do anything. I didn't see him at fucking Shake Shack. I know he was stuffing his ass somehow. Like,
What do you think Elon Musk eats?
it's gotta be just raw tofu and then hot sauce and then mayonnaise.
No.
I don't think it's any of those things, unfortunately.
This is a beef eater. You should
mean-
recognize that.
What does that mean?
You're a beef eater.
weed eater.
Okay, no,
Were
realistically.
you not just talking about steak frites?
Okay, so
Every episode you mention steak. Don't even try and say, okay, Alden.
Anyway, so realistically, I do think that Elon probably eats really heinous shit, worse than what I eat. Actually.
Yeah, but I don't think he's
I
on the
feel like-
McDonald's diet. I don't think he's
No.
on
No,
the Trump. He's not on
I
the Trump
feel like
diet.
it's
No,
just
he
microwave
eats
food.
fancy food, but it's he probably eats a pound of foie gras a day. His shit's gotta be actually coating the toilet. It doesn't. it cannot look like a porcelain throne by the time he gets up.
Well,
How do you feel about black toilets?
I wish that was
No.
more regular. I
No.
don't like white
No.
toilets.
no. They are some of the nastiest shits imaginable.
If it was in my house, I would be clean. It would be pristine. It'd be fine.
No, it wouldn't.
I think that they look nicer. It's
I like
more
a black
approachable.
toilet, yeah.
No. They
There are a lot
scare
of
me.
things-
Especially if I'm just going number one.
You can't see what's on there. A white toilet, you can see what's going on.
So
a
do you
black
not wipe
toilet,
the seat before you sit down every time?
I'm not talking about the seat. I'm talking about the entire toilet as a whole.
I'm not eating
Black
a meal off
toilet.
and then I'm pissing in it.
I
Yes.
literally all I do when I
A
go to the
black
toilet.
toilet at someone's house is almost definitely going to be in worse shape than the Times Square public bathroom.
No.
No.
Yes.
No, Alden.
Yes.
What animals are you going? Whose houses are you going to?
Look, all I'm saying is the last black toilet I went to, their house was disgusting.
That just sounds like a one-off because the black toilets I've been around are mostly fine. And also, when I go to the bathroom and I'm sitting on a toilet, the only parts I worry about are where my ass cheeks are connecting with, and also where my hand touches the fucking thing, the
Toilet paper roll?
no, not the paper roll. Yes, that, but also
the handle?
the handle. Yes, those are the only things I care about. As
Because
long
you
as
touch the seat, and the
What?
seat touches the toilet.
but my whole body isn't on the toilet; it's on the seat.
Doesn't matter. It's a whole petri dish.
Okay, but I'm going home and I'm showering after I use a public toilet is a thing.
But you're not doing that at someone's house with a black toilet.
With a black toilet, I don't go to people's houses that are fucking. I don't use the bathroom in someone's house if I don't trust their hygiene. I just don't.
They could have good hygiene in a nasty toilet.
No, not really.
Okay. How do we feel about urinals inside of people's houses? Yay or nay?
They're scary.
Nah.
Urinals smell weird.
Just pee in the shower. If
That's
you really,
a wild response
if you
after
really-
your black toilet debate.
Yeah, no, if you really need a urinal in your house, just pee in the shower. You already have one. It's
No.
essentially the same thing, except now you have a way to rinse it down.
Well, that and you could give yourself planner's warts
Ugh.
What?
if you piss in the shower. Or
Pee
you
is
cross
mostly
contaminate.
sterile.
I don't. Is that actually true that urine is sterile?
Pee is mostly sterile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly doesn't mean it's sterile. It's either
Right.
sterile or it's mostly
yes,
sterile.
no, the bacterial content
either
of
is or it
piss is usually really, really low.
That doesn't mean it's sterile though.
It's often on the same level of bacteria that you would have in tap water.
Anyway.
Well, that about does it for today's public episode of the Brapwatch podcast. Thank you for joining us here on season 2. And if you want another episode, just
you know
audio,
where to find us.
hit that link below. If I've got it back, I did have to resend my driver's license to Google again to get us validated again after someone reported our channel for inciting violence. So whoever out there did that, we thank you. Thanks for watching, and thanks for validating us. I think we're course correcting a little bit. One, we're recording at a different time.
So that way I'm not so fucking
Sometimes
dead
the
and
energy will be
vulnerable.
funnier. I think we had a great episode here tonight.
Mhm.
So, thanks for sticking with us. And, check us out. And we're not inciting any violence. We want Eric Adams to stay alive.
And I just want to know where Elon's going to be hosting his TED Talk. I want to go.
Bye.
But your flag gal won't get you into heaven anymore. They're already overcrowded from your dirty little war. Now Jesus don't like killing, no matter what the reasons for. And your flag gal won't get you into heaven